Across lowland and upland British shooting estates, the illegal killing of our rarest birds of prey, because it's alleged they're perceived to interfere with breeding pheasant, partridge and grouse for the guns. Tonight, Channel 4 News has exclusive access to a new report by the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the RSPB. Last year across the UK, of all the confirmed incidents of birds of prey being persecuted, 64% happened on land, which is managed for game bird shooting. Now in England, last year that figure rises to 71%. And the worst counties? The grouse moors of North Yorkshire and the pheasant and partridge shoots of Norfolk.
It's across the whole of the UK, here in the uplands, in the lowlands, and it's birds like hen harriers, white-tailed eagles, goshawks, peregrines, the most thrilling birds to see. And it's crimes against those.
Our story begins in Sussex with a dead red kite and a dead dog.
Good.
Ian works for dozens of shoots across the country.
I believe that conservation and shooting go together, hand in hand. This is Duke here, in the middle.
Ian supports shooting, but is now confronted by its dark side.
As I got to the end of the pen, I did notice on the ground that there was a dead kite on the ground. I was taken aback by it. This isn't normal. You don't just see like a pristine dead kite lying on the ground.
Ian's dog Duke then picked up a dead pheasant, and within 45 minutes he was dead, poisoned.
I mean, shaking like you wouldn't believe a dog could shake. He'd shake himself to pieces. That day my dog got killed, but this could quite easily have been a child or anyone. That's horrible.
The poison not only killed a kite and Duke, a couple of days later a sea eagle was found dead. Same estate, same poison. The absurdity. We hunt these birds to extinction centuries ago. We now spend hundreds of thousands of pounds reintroducing them, then we kill them. From lowland Britain to the uplands, Swaledale, villages like Gunnerside in the Yorkshire Dales, tourism honeypots for generations. Easy to see why. But this part of North Yorkshire has a dark secret, which tonight can be revealed. Because the area around Gunnerside is the worst black spot in the whole of the UK for the persecution of rare hen harriers. In the past 2 years, no fewer than 8 tagged birds have gone missing in this area. An hour and a half drive north to Geltsdale, the RSPB reserve in Northumberland, where technology is catching up with persecution. Rare hen harriers, electronically tagged so their movements can be plotted daily, like Dagda, a male who went missing here in May.
And we're walking in the direction of where Dagda died, 3 kilometres away on the neighbouring grouse moor.
The bird was found shot dead inside the Narsdale estate, bordering the RSPB reserve. When you found Dagda, what did you see?
Well, we could obviously see a very sorry state of the bird on the ground. Yeah, it was heartbreaking really, because we knew that Dagda had a nest on our nature reserve and was responsible for that.
The tracker data records for 4 hours each day, and on the previous 2 days before it was killed, it shows the bird present on the estate land for those 4 hours. So what does this show us, this data?
That cluster is absolutely zeroed in on that area. The data's there to see.
Moreover, the pathologist who carried out the post-mortem said Dagda suffered severe trauma as the result of being shot with a shotgun, and that those injuries would have prevented further powered flight. According to the pathologist, the bird died instantly or a short time after being shot. The RSPB say the forensic data from his satellite tag leaves no doubt at all where and when he was shot, but sadly not who did it, and there is no suggestion the landowner was responsible. Narsdale Estate declined to be interviewed for this programme. They denied that anyone from their estate was involved, and also said,
"We conducted our own inquiries at the time and were given to understand the bird was shot and wounded elsewhere. We could find no evidence whatsoever that any member of estate staff could have been responsible. We deplore any form of wildlife crime. The estate has happily had satellite-tagged hen harriers present on and over our land for years without any issue."
In a statement, Northumbria Police told us that they have launched an investigation following the death of a hen harrier in the western area of Northumberland. They also said,
"As a force, we take all reports of wildlife crime very seriously, and anyone who causes unnecessary suffering to an animal could face criminal action."
Tomorrow's report leaves the RSPB concluding that since the grouse shooting industry either cannot or will not police itself effectively, all shoots should be licensed.
And what this means is that if you own a grouse moor, you have to have a licence. And if a crime takes place on that grouse moor, you could potentially lose your licence. In Scotland, there's a bill going through their parliament at the moment, which is ultimately going to bring in licensing of driven grouse shoots in Scotland. But we need that for the rest of the UK.
Groups like the Countryside Alliance deny licensing is needed.
Licensing is going to add nothing apart from bureaucracy and regulation, and we all know where licensing goes. Licensing is about progressive restrictions, it's about banning by the back door. This has got nothing to do with conservation, this has got nothing to do with bird species or raptors. This is about an agenda, unfortunately, within certain organisations that they don't like shooting and they want to get rid of it. We're interested in conservation, let's focus on that.
The number of confirmed incidents of illegal persecution is down compared to previous years, a picture confused by bird flu. But with each new dead bird of prey trapped, poisoned or shot, the prospect of licensing driven grouse shooting at the very least gets ever nearer.